characters, there's a ton. There's Cruz, all of like people Doc trained with, the new owners, Storm, which is I just realized it.
Nemesis.
Lightning, Storm.
Yeah, there's a lot of new characters and pretty good character development, and they develop on old characters like Doc and McQueen.
But they do it. They only those real characters like Sally and stuff, and the other ones from Radiator you don't really see. Just kind of like in the second one, you don't see them if they're not important to the story. Pixar has like this whole universe, but they know that they could dip into it anytime, so they don't want to bombard you. I wish they would have done a little more with like Radiator Springs, but because the end of the movie, I see why. Because like Radiator Springs is established again, it's good. Cruz, I hope, brings back Doc's old town, which when Cruz and Lightning show up at Doc's old training ground and stuff, it looks like Radiator Springs at the beginning. It's like torn down and horrible. There's only like maybe 10, 20 cars there at the most.
But my reason for seeing it was a sequel, interesting movie. It's Cars.
It came out around my birthday, so we had to see it.
Yeah, and just many different reasons.
My reason? Because it's the greatest movie in the world, and it's a sequel to the greatest movie in the world.
Wow.
I'm way too excited about it. The moment I heard Cars was coming out, my mind was like, nope, going. Opening day.
It was very interesting and entertaining to watch, and
And he sat next to me, and I'm sitting here happy, crying, all the emotions, and he's like, really? This is a kid's movie? You're in your late 20s, and you're totally getting into this movie. And I'm like, favorite movie in the world. You gotta accept the badness of it.
But I would say it was probably as good as the first or slightly better than the first.
It was a sequel done right. This is why I love you, Pixar.
Oh, yeah. But what was your original thought of it after?
After the movie?
Yeah.
Perfect. Best movie ever.
I wanted to go like right back into the theater and see it again.
Yeah. We haven't been able to re-see it, but that's because we've been missing out on a lot of movies. But literally, moment I got out, I was like, can I re-see it? Can I go rewatch it? And like every day or so, at least one time a day, I think I'm like, I want to go watch Cars again. I can't wait till it comes out on DVD.
Since you can watch the movie again, I got you the Cars 3 video game.
He got me the Cars 3 video game for my birthday. Here I am. I came from the time where a video game was based on a movie. It followed the plot of the movie. It's a racing game.
Of course.
Of course. But it's cute. It's made it so I don't ask him every single day, can we go and see Cars 3 again? Instead, I'm like, I'll just play Cars 3 for a few minutes and remember, get all those memories flowing.
So what were some of your favorite scenes?
So, my favorite scene, as Vaca was asking, was at the very end, McQueen, when he goes off to, like, cruise race, he's actually leaving, and he's like, me, don't care. Well, not really, but he's kind of like, whatever. He takes on the headset. Like Doc did in the original movie, McQueen takes on the headset because he's wanting Doc's mentor to tell her something, or Doc's mentor's on the headset, he's like talking to her, and Lightning's like, tell her this, all things from in the movie. And then he's like, here, I'm not telling her that. So McQueen just puts on the headphones, and I'm like, oh, he becomes Doc. I knew I had a feeling they were going to, hopefully, because they look like they were setting it up throughout the movie that Lightning was going to become Doc. And then at the very end, the owner, actually, of Rusty's, doesn't really want to give her a chance. He's like, well, you won. That's your last time. I don't care. You go back to training. We don't want you as a racer. You're not a racer. And it's like, and Lightning's like, no, she's a racer. And then at the very end, she actually doesn't stay with Rusty. She goes to Dynaco. And Dynaco lets her keep her yellow color, but with like Dynaco blue on the side and Dynaco blue written. And hilarious, at the very end, Dynaco buys Rusty's. So like, even though part of me was always thrilled Lightning stayed with the Rusties, and the owner at first I was like, oh, the new owner, he's cool, and then when he like totally treats him like crap. I'm like, no, they need to get owners like the Rusty guys again, or like Dinoco, because he's always cared about his team. So Dinoco buys Rusty's, and technically Lightning is still racing for Rusty's, but they're now Dinoco, but they can have two different teams. They can have the Dinoco team and the Rusty's team, and it does hint it's going to be like that, but Lightning said, oh, I'm gonna race, and then at the very, very end, when he's, like, racing with, Cruz, which this is all, like, couple scenes, but this, to me, it's my favorite part of the movie, the whole, from when he takes on the headset to the very end, he pretty much, like, tells him, he's like, well, what are you gonna do? And he's like, well, I'm gonna be a coach, I want to be her coach, her mentor.
It is questionable at this point if they'll make a sequel. Hopefully they will. But they might not, because like they kind of ended it with him becoming a coach, so they may not.
My theory is that they're going to do what they did with Cars 2, maybe pick another character or even Mater and stuff again, and they're going to kind of build it around maybe Cruz or Lightning having a big race again, and stick another character to be in an important role and only have like glimpses of the other characters. I have a feeling they ended it perfectly, and they're just they hinted it that the cycle will continue, which is a perfect cycle, but
yeah, they hinted at the cycle, but they may not do it, but we'll see. It's still early to tell. They are, however, making another Toy Story.
That means they have to keep making cars, because you're gonna have someone like me who's gonna keep paying money, Pixar, and Disney's gonna not say no. As long as Disney knows they can keep making money off of it, they're gonna keep producing movies. Look what happened to Star Wars. Even though I talked so much smack about Disney buying Pixar, I think Pixar would have ended it in this movie, and I think that's their plan. But I think if Disney learns they can keep making money and milking it, Disney's gonna milk it. And even if I hate it, it's still Cars. Even a crappy Cars is gonna hold a place in my heart, and I'll go see it and buy it. And it may not be my favorite movie, but it's gonna be a good movie to me.
And to me, I didn't have a specific favorite scene. A lot of it was good, but one thing that did pop out to me was the whole training that McQueen was going through was really cool to me. Like the first part was like on the beach, and then it was like dirt. But, like, all that training was pretty cool to me.
And then when he sheds off his high-tech skin in the forest.
But what grade would you give it?
A+! Like, literally, I'm telling you guys, perfect favorite movie. This is, I think, besides Cars 1, this is the only movie I'm giving an A+. No, it wasn't perfect.
Are you going to give it 1,000%?
I would give it 1,000 out of 1,000 out of it. And
I would probably give it an A or A-.
I will accept this.
Because it's in the A range, so it's good enough.
A+. A++.
So, was there any after credits scene? Nope.
No. But Pixar's not known for doing that. So
right.
We kind of expected there wasn't.
But, there you have it. That's our review on Cars 3. You have it from Chewy here.
And Patfoot.
From GeekyElites. There's our review. Please.
Make sure to like/thumb up it. Look at my thumb.
And comment and favorite and subscribe and
all the buttons down here.
Comment and let us know if there's a disagreement between you.
And if you willingly don't like Cars 3, I will accept it.
There you have it from us at GeekyElites. Have a nice day.